Tied by the warm weather to parks and beaches, the restrictions in place. Alfresco dining in parking lots with a grim prediction for restaurants. Will your favorite survive? Gamblers taking risks with their money and their health.
It's packed in there.
And the big name stars
the time of my life.
Performing to an audience of none.
Critical comments, the former President Barack Obama taking aim at the Trump administration's handling of the coronavirus.
More than anything, this pandemic has finally torn back the curtain on the idea that so many of the folks in charge know what they're doing.
How the administration is reacting.
LA explosions. Fire erupting from multiple blasts, smoke filling the downtown district. Nearly a dozen firefighters injured.
This has been upgraded to what we call a major emergency category.
The latest on the investigation into how it started.
Deepening mystery, the husband charged with killing his wife. But where is her body? How investigators say he may have used the coronavirus to cover up the alleged crime.
She was a wonderful person that didn't deserve any of this.
Her co-worker speaking out.
And tropical storm warning, Arthur churning in the Atlantic, the new weather alert for parts of the East Coast, and the heavy rain threat this week.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
And good morning. We are happy to all be back together this morning, still minding our social distance, but we are at the same desk, which is nice. This morning, the numbers, the close to 1.5 million COVID-19 cases in the U.S. with close to 89,000 deaths.
Faced with both a pandemic and an economic deep freeze, more American businesses are reopening tentatively. Today, NASCAR restarts without spectators. Rory McIlroy and other pro golfers will play a live televised round for charity, but with no caddies. And tomorrow, Detroit's 3 automakers will restart production with new safety measures.
Overseas at the Vatican, workers covered head to toe in protective gear have been busy overnight, giving St. Peter's Basilica a thorough cleaning, being careful not to damage precious works of art. Ready to open tomorrow after a 2-month closure.
And we have team coverage this morning. Let's get right to ABC's Trevor Alt. Good morning to you, Trevor.
Good morning, Eva. The director of the CDC has made a grim prediction. The United States is expected to pass 100,000 COVID-19 deaths by June 1st. And while just about every state is now starting to reopen in some way, so many businesses are wondering if they'll survive long enough to fully reopen their doors.
This weekend, a mix of beautiful weather and a mounting anxiousness to finally get outside, drawing crowds by the thousands to America's parks, beaches, and in some areas, businesses.
It's been rough, but we've been, going by the guidelines and not going out, trying to stay home.
As of tomorrow, 49 states, all but Connecticut, will have started to reopen, but COVID-19 infections are still climbing. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo saying surprisingly, new cases in his state are coming from people who haven't been going to work.
I thought it might be predominantly essential workers who were still out there working, showing up, and that's where the new cases may have come from. That was exactly wrong.
In Texas, the highest one-day jump in cases yet on Saturday. 700 of them in Amarillo, mainly tied to meatpacking plants. Governor Greg Abbott now bolstering a task force sent to the area. And nationwide, restaurants fighting to stay alive.
All the businesses are closed. There's not much traffic. But what hurt us the most is, it's hard to find people to work. I mean, nobody wants to work.
An analysis of 20,000 restaurants from dining website OpenTable claiming 1 in 4 restaurants will shut down permanently following this pandemic. The original Pancake House in Norco, California, fighting significant losses by reopening in-person dining in open defiance of state orders.
So far, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. Of course, there's always going to be that one person who isn't happy.
Local officials say they won't shut the restaurant down, but they also can't protect it.
We can't help them when the state comes after them.
A few Illinois restaurants taking advantage of outdoor dining opportunities, filling their parking lots with tables. But with some groups considering breaking gathering bans, Mayor Lori Lightfoot with a stark warning.
This is not playing Russian roulette. This is playing with a gun that's fully loaded and cocked.
Thousands of Arizona residents happy to take that risk.
It's just nice to be able to get out.
Casinos opening their doors and masks not required.
It's packed in there. And there wasn't a whole lot of outside waiting of social distancing.
The time of my life.
And some big name stars performing to a live audience of no one. The Black Eyed Peas live streaming a Los Angeles show with no crowd.
Never gonna be the same.
And country star Keith Urban doing the same inside an empty Grand Ole Opry.
Now, behind me, Wolf and Lamb is one of so many restaurants here in New York City that's already announced it will not be coming back. And in their announcement, they didn't mince words. They said they were closing due to COVID-19. They say they hope to one day return to Brooklyn, but they'll have to wait until the conditions are right. And in this pandemic, this difficult economic environment, it's impossible to know when that might be. Eva?
And thank you, Trevor. To U.S. politics now, and former President Obama criticizing the Trump administration's handling of the coronavirus crisis. ABC's Rachel Scott joins us from Washington with more. Good morning to you, Rachel.
Eva, good morning. This is a rare public rebuke from former President Barack Obama criticizing the coronavirus response. And it comes just 1 week after he slammed the Trump administration's handling of the pandemic on a private call with his former staffers, calling it, quote, an absolute chaotic disaster. This time in a public online commencement address for graduating seniors at historically black colleges and universities, Obama said the U.S. is lacking leadership.
More than anything, this pandemic has finally torn back the curtain on the idea that so many of the folks in charge know what they're doing. A lot of them aren't even pretending to be in charge. If the world's going to get better, it's going to be up to you.
And those comments come as the Trump administration blames their predecessors for a depleted stockpile 3 years into the president's term, claiming they left it empty. Eva?
And Rachel, an investigation is now underway into the firing of the State Department Inspector General. Democrats say he was investigating Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, that's right, Eva. That Friday night firing of State Department Inspector General Steve Linick has now sparked a Democratic investigation. Lawmakers believe this was politically motivated. A White House official tells me this move was recommended by the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, but Democrats say Pompeo was also being investigated himself. A congressional aide telling us the IG was looking into whether Pompeo had misused the political appointee to perform personal tasks for himself and his wife. Democrats are accusing the president of trying to protect one of his most loyal supporters, but the president said he lost confidence in Linick and he will be removed in the next 30 days. Dan?
Okay, thank you, Eva and Rachel. Really appreciate it. So much to talk about here. So let's bring in our chief anchor, George Stephanopoulos, who will be hosting This Week later this morning. I asked them to find a bigger table.
Well, it's good to be back in the studio, but we have the requisite 6 feet.
We do, and then some. So let's start with this story about the State Department. We have this news that the president fired the investigator, the IG. This is the person supposed to be looking after waste and fraud. Democrats are crying foul here. What are the consequences of this story?
Well, let's talk about it. First of all, the president does have the legal authority to do this. He's given the notice. They have 30 days to execute this. But it's part of an unprecedented move by the president to take away independent oversight. This is the fourth move to get rid of an inspector general in the last several weeks. He fired the inspector general for the intelligence community, for the Defense Department, for the Department of Health and Human Services, now the State Department as well. And the question is why. As you see, Democrats are going to investigate right now. They say that the inspector general was looking into the practices of Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State. This is not going to go away anytime soon. And as I said, even though presidents in the past have fired inspectors generals, we've never seen a string of firings like this. You even have some Republicans, including Mitt Romney and Susan Collins, now raising questions about the president's actions.
Let's talk about somebody else who's raising questions about the president. Former President Barack Obama. Are we more likely to see more of him as we head into November now?
I think it's only just begun, and it's been a pretty extraordinary week when you look at the actions of President Trump and President Obama. I think President Trump has had something like 150 tweets over the last week that take on President Obama. He's trying to raise questions again about the Russia investigation, what he calls Obamagate, something that he has no charges to back up, a crime he charges but doesn't have any evidence to back it up. And what you're now seeing is President Obama begin his effort, I think, to become Joe Biden's chief surrogate in this campaign for president, stepping out first with these not so veiled comments about the president's COVID response. I think you're going to see more of that in the future. And maybe it's most telling. What's most telling is the President Obama's one-word tweet on Thursday in response to President Trump. The word was vote.
All right. Quite pointed. George, thank you very much. Great to see you on a Sunday morning. I want to remind everybody, George has a big show this morning. He's going to go one-on-one with the White House trade advisor, Peter Navarro, for more on the sweeping economic impact of this pandemic. Plus, Senator Bernie Sanders comes on to talk about the Democrats' push for more coronavirus stimulus funding. That's coming up later this morning right here on ABC. George, thank you again. Whit, over to you.
Dan, thank you. Now to a massive explosion in downtown Los Angeles, seriously injuring multiple firefighters. Flames shooting from the buildings. ABC's Zoreen Shah joins us with the latest developments. Zoreen, good morning to you.
Good morning. With that explosion was so powerful, it happened a block behind me at a hash oil business, but you could feel it where I'm standing right now.
Copy, Delta explosion.
Overnight, explosions erupting in downtown Los Angeles, leaving multiple buildings on fire and several firefighters injured. Firefighters on the ground racing to combat the flames. Witnesses saying there were multiple blasts as smoke filled the downtown district.
You walked outside and it was just this unnatural heavy smoke in the air that I honestly could not describe.
As it spread more and more, engines arrived on the scene.
Firefighters were coming out with obvious damage and burns.
The blast occurred on Boyd Street at a smoke and vape shop. With the fire rapidly spreading to surrounding buildings, dispatchers quickly became concerned with structural safety.
I don't want anything falling on anybody in there.
With 11 firefighters sustaining burn injuries, the incident was considered a major emergency.
So we quickly called for additional firefighters. This has been upgraded to what we call a major emergency category with over 230 firefighters that have arrived on scene.
LAFD even setting up an emergency medical camp for treating and transporting firefighters injured on site.
We know that they will make it through, that there will be some medical attention and some medical procedures that will follow.
The injuries range from first to third degree burns, including the firefighters' backs, arms, and ears. But the mayor says everyone is going to make it. Meanwhile, an investigation is still ongoing. Eva.
Zoreen, thank you. Now to the latest in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, the unarmed black man shot to death in Georgia. Hundreds of people rallying to demand changes after it took 2 months to charge 2 white suspects. ABC's Zachary Keish joins us now with more. Good morning, Zachary.
Good morning to you as well, Eva. You know, this story is really broadening beyond just Ahmaud Arbery and the McMichaels on some level and shedding a light on the entire police department, one that has been saddled by allegations of corruption for years. Overnight protests taking over the streets of South Georgia, hundreds seeking justice in the resignation of 2 county prosecutors following the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. A Georgia district attorney initially said the killing of Arbery, an unarmed black jogger, was justified under Georgia law. For 74 days, Travis McMichael and his father Greg, a former cop and investigator, walked free. But this morning, WSB-TV reporting that Greg McMichael shared this video with a friend and asked it to be released publicly because he thought it vindicated them. After public outcry, the 2 men were arrested and charged with murder. The McMichaels contend they were trying to protect the neighborhood and told police they were making a citizen's arrest, though there's no evidence Arbery committed any crime. 2 county commissioners said the DA's office blocked the police department from arresting the McMichaels following the shooting. District Attorney Jackie Johnson has denied this allegation. This as there are growing calls for the Glenn County Police to be disbanded.
I think this particular department has always tried to protect its own, and sometimes to the detriment of not just the system itself, but to the cause of justice here in Glenn County.
Troubling allegations surrounding the department unrelated to Arbery's killing are under renewed spotlight. Accusations including witness tampering and a sex scandal with drug informants. In March, several officers were indicted and the police chief was placed on administrative leave after being charged with perjury. Glenn County Commission chairman said the indictments are not reflective of the police department.
The law enforcement and the judicial system down there, the legal system, has faced a lot of questions for many, many years about the way they conduct business and the way they mete out justice.
Now, lawmakers in the state will vote on a measure that would allow residents in the state of Georgia to completely disband this police department and merge sources with the county sheriff.
Still a lot of questions in a big case. Zachary Keish for us, thank you. We do want to transition, get to Rob Marciano, who is in Otis, Massachusetts, still covering the weather and a tropical storm that you're following on the radar, Rob.
Good morning, Whit. Hello, everyone from Otis, Massachusetts, not too far from where we reported yesterday from that tornado damage. Here's a look at some damage across parts of Texas between Dallas and Tyler. There were 8 reported tornadoes yesterday across the Arklatex region, and significant damage here, obviously, as the home ripped off its foundation. Today, the main concern is going to be flooding from northern Louisiana right up in through Michigan, and boy, Chicago. It is not going to be a pretty day there. From Minneapolis to Chicago, Indianapolis, Detroit. It's a very slow-moving system, and we're looking at the significant rainfall today. Could see 3, 4, 5 inches on top of what they've already seen. Look at this. First tropical storm of the season. Arthur is the name, about 300 miles south of Cape Hatteras and heading in that direction. Can you believe this? Now, good thing is the waters are really cold here, so we don't expect it to blow up into a hurricane, but it's going to create some messy weather for the Carolinas here as we go through time. Our computer model's bringing it to Morehead City around tomorrow morning, around 7 a.m. Heavy wind and battering waves, not just there, but really across the Delmarva Peninsula, and it'll be kind of windy and damp across the Northeast as well, right on through tomorrow night. Significant rainfall, not just with that along the coast, but with this other system that's kind of combining in Chicago up through parts of Cleveland, Toledo, Detroit. We could see 3 to 4 inches of rainfall. This is on top of what they saw yesterday. So slow-moving system, and this is going to kind of help push that tropical storm out to sea, hopefully, as we go through the middle part of the week. That's a check on what's happening nationally weather-wise. Time now for a look at your local forecast.
Hello and good morning, Washington. Meteorologist Alex Liggett here. Cloudy start to your Sunday. We'll have the chance for some isolated showers this morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. Should be dry for the majority of the day. Otherwise, a stray passing shower here and there. Highs back into the lower 70s through the afternoon. As we look ahead in the next 7 days, yes, more rain in the forecast. Isolated at best on your Monday. More scattered by Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures dropping back in the lower 60s. See that better chances for rain to wrap up the work week.
Whit, I know you didn't come over yesterday to check out the pool opening in the backyard, but as you can see, we've expanded the pool. It's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit more difficult to heat here. I'm kidding. This is a reservoir here in western Massachusetts, not too far from the damage that we were reporting on yesterday in Holyoke. It should be a decent day here as the sun comes up over the Berkshires.
Beautiful spot, Rob. Thank you.
Now that he's farther away from home, we just might have to crash the pool.
Yeah, exactly. It's just taunting you.
Exactly.
With that. Robert, thank you. We'll see you in the next half hour. We want to turn now to a huge loss in the comedy world this morning. For 50 years, Fred Willard stole countless scenes in classic movies, such as the one on your screen right now, Best in Show, and TV shows such as Modern Family. He was 86 years old, and ABC's Kimberly Brooks is here with much more. Kimberly, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. Yes, it's extraordinary to have a successful career and stay relevant for more than 5 decades. But Fred Willard was a man of singular talent, and his work proves he was nothing short of a legend.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter? For the last time, anything you put on that prompter, Burgundy will read.
Overnight, comedy legend Fred Willard, known for roles on the big screen, passing away at the age of 86. The actor first rising to prominence in the 1977 satirical series Fernwood Tonight.
And me, I'm Jerry Hubbard.
becoming known for his scene-stealing roles in movies like Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman, showcasing his dry sense of humor.
I'm going to be glad to do the show on Broadway, and there'll probably be other offers, keeping our fingers crossed, but I don't know if the theater and the stage is for me.
Popping up in movies for all ages, including Disney Pixar's WALL-E.
Now, due to the effects of microgravity, you and your passengers may have